What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with some special information regarding The Division 2. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I played Descent after this most recent title update, 20.2, and I received 6 collectible comms. Now, within these comms, I got a buttload of news, lore, story, background to give you that might blow your mind a little bit. And it's opening up some more questions about who this person actually is. So what am I talking about? Well, every time you complete the weekly project right here for Descent, all you have to do is defeat the nemesis, and you're supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to get a collectible comm as a reward. You get that with, whatever caches and things like that you get from the nemesis. Now, this collectible comm is in its own category. So if you go to progression, collectibles, comms, go over to Descent, you can see that its category has 52 collectibles in here. Now, before this latest update, I was stuck on 34. Now, I believe I was a few short, and for the last few weeks, I was playing the Descent, and I was beating the nemesis, completing the project, and receiving no collectibles. However, today, like I said, I received 6 collectibles. Now, the current schedule for this season, we are, I believe we're 4 weeks into this season. Now, with that being said, what gives us the 6? I don't get it. 37 days ago, that event ended. So that was, 44 days ago? So, what is that, 6 weeks? So that is catching me up on the comms. Interesting. So I just did that pretty quick, but that just caught me up exactly where I should be for my comm collectibles. So I believe if you have been playing Descent and you're missing any of these weekly project comms from the previous, 6 weeks, you should be able to get all of them back today if you complete the Nemesis, because I did. Now, obviously, that is subjective just to my playstyle and my experience, so I don't know how many you're going to get, but I myself received all the collectibles I was missing once I defeated the nemesis today. Now, aside from all that and the fix, blah, blah, let's talk about the story, because it gets a little juicy here. Now, just to catch you up on the lore, let's just do a quick summary about 1 to 30, okay? So going through the first few comms, we have Natalia Sokolova, Calvin McManus, both bidding with Ortiz. Now, Ortiz is the company behind DARPA. They were the creators of the dogs, creators of not only the Black Tusk Diamond AI system, but they're also the creators of the Isaac system for the Shade tech that the Division uses, and they are also the creators of the Anna AI system, which is supposed to be superior to the Isaac system, and that's mainly used for like hunters and things like that. Now, with that being said, what they do in the early sets of these comms is they establish that they have, so Natalia Sokolova, she's more involved with the third-party aspect of it, if you will, where Calvin McManus is more U.S. government aspect. So where Natalia doesn't do certain things, Calvin McManus will double down to compete with whatever Natalia's got cooking. So if she's going for drones, he'll do, like a helicarrier type of deal. He'll do whatever she's doing to the extreme to try to compete with her at the same time. And then thus we'll have Isaac, the watered down version of Anna, and the Diamond, and all of these will then be uploaded to the cloud, and then whoever has access would be able to access all three databases and thus be able to control all three systems. Now, this is a really, short summary that I'm trying to give you because if I were to play all of these collectible comms in a row, they're each around, I don't know, around 30 seconds to a minute. So each of these, it would take a long time to catch you up if I were to play them all just bit by bit. So we have Black Tusk, and then we have Calvin McManus. Now that was the first, few sets of comms where they're just battling, hey, Diamond's going to be priority. No, it's going to be Anna. Well, we want Isaac type of deal. There was two different members of the Ortiz family, and that is Claire and who is, I am blanking out on the other Ortiz member.
Thank you for
So there
organizing
was
the testing
Claire
facility and granting
and
access to Birdie. She really does.
let's see. I think it was in one
Cal
of
wants
these.
us to update.
Alexander. There we go. So Alexander and Claire Ortiz are the founders of Ortiz Robotics, and they're the people behind all of these systems. So whenever you hear, oh, the DARPA dogs, or, I call them the Wally bots, some people call them the Johnny Fives, all of these systems, they were all made from Ortiz Robotics. Now, what I want to do is focus in more on the last 10 comms and collectibles because it kind of takes a twist here. Now, the whole meaning of Descent is to test out these systems. So, Calvin McManus, being the head of the NSA and all this for the US government, he basically sets up this bunker style facility to test out and get all of his agents up to speed on all the capabilities of their systems and all the capabilities, of whatever their techniques, their specialities. Now, with that being said, Calvin McManus is in charge of that. Natalia Sokolova is in charge of the Black Tusk. So we've seen a lot of her doings with like the General Anderson manhunt or the stovepipe manhunt. All of that had to do with Natalia. And we have Barton Schaefer in coma in the White House right now, and we're waiting for him to wake up so that we can get more information on Natalia and the Black Tusk. So that's in one corner. The other corner, Calvin McManus, that is Calvin McManus and the Hunters working with Natalia and the Black Tusk. Now that's where we're at currently. These comms is how we got to where we are because they started as separate entities, not working together, but actually as competitors. What do they know? Oh, well, what do they know? Type of deal. Espionage, things like that. Spy stuff, James Bond, stuff like that. Regardless, with those comms, it's just all about who's outbidding who has the most up-to-date tech, who's going to be able to hack into whose system, and things like that. Because we were able to understand that once you upload all of these systems to a certain database or cloud, they're going to be able to access each other. All you have to do is look in the right spot. Now, focusing in on the last 10 comms. So I have up to 40, which means we are just going to go over 30 to 40 today. Now, 30 to 40 has nothing to do with Black Tusk, nothing to do with the Hunters, nothing to do with any of that. Ortiz, nothing. None of that is really a big player in these last 10 comms. And in fact, it has a special guest, Vivian Conley. So Vivian Conley is actually a big player in these comms and collectibles, which brings up a lot of questions. And I'll get to it as soon as I get through this summary and we play these comms. So 30 to 40 starts out with the NSA analyst talking to Calvin McManus about Amherst. Now, this is before the dollar flu and all of that. This is all prior to the Division 1, okay? Now, within these 10 comms, the Division 1 is happening. And I'll explain that in a second as well. Now, at this point, on comm number 30, it's called assessment, the NSA analyst is watching Amherst through the Isaac system and is telling Calvin McManus that we need to make Amherst a priority, that these extremists are going to get a hold of this and it's going to break out and people are going to die. You know, basically like, hey, you don't want to spread the dollar flu, trust me, type of deal. And Calvin McManus is like, whatever, brush it off. Let's prepare for this or prepare for that. So moving on to priorities, right? We go back to Calvin McManus talking to this NSA analyst, and he again says, Amherst is not a priority. Prioritize everyone on this deal for, New Year's or Christmas, what have you. And, we'll let other people worry about Amherst. He's not a big threat. Well, come to find out, Amherst was a threat. The dollar flu did come out. And by the time we get to comm collectible number 32, she, the NSA analyst, is complaining to a former colleague. Now, this former colleague is Vivian Conley. And it's pretty crazy because that was kind of like a curveball. It's like, what? Where did she kind of, fall into this? Well, Vivian Conley, we can go back through Warlords of New York and Stranded Tanker and all of that and go through Vivian Conley's background. But she was a part of this herself. She had a division watch. She was a part of the system. And the funny part is that she was friends with this NSA analyst who worked for Calvin McManus at the same time. So enters Vivian Conley. Now, at this point, Vivian Conley is trying to push fire for Ortiz Robotics. Vivian Conley is a big fire fanatic, whether it be flamethrowers or turrets or drones or anything really that has to do with flames. And we learned a lot about that from Stranded Tanker. Now, at this same time, the NSA analyst is working for Calvin McManus. Vivian Conley is in touch with Ortiz Robotics, and she's trying to get this tech to be made in some fashion. So then we have a few collectibles talking about that, and out of nowhere, the dollar flu happens, and the NSA analyst is talking to Vivian Conley about what's going on, and has Vivian been briefed on this dollar flu from the division. And here's the specific comm I wanted to play. Before playing all of them, I wanted to play this specific one because it really stood out of all 10 to kind of show how deep this rabbit hole goes, not only for the division, but Calvin McManus, the Hunters, the Rogue Network, all of that. Just listen to this one part real quick.
I hope you like the modifications I made to the water cannon.
Impressive.
These can, of course, be series together with motion sensors to create an automated defense system.
Too bad they aren't flamethrowers.
That's actually a very simple modification. We just add an accelerant and ignition source, a little insulation on the feed tube, and we're good to go.
I like the way you think.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you like the watch.
Thank you, sir.
What do you think of them?
There is always room for improvement, and frankly, I prefer the Anna system to Isaac.
What system?
Nothing. It's not important.
Now, right there is the cliffhanger. So Vivian Conley received a watch from Calvin McManus with the Isaac system, and she was already well versed in the Anna system, because let's see if I can pull it up really quick. NSA analyst.
I fucking told him.
Let's
Told
see
him
right
what?
here.
Fucking Cal, that motherfucker McManus. Okay, you're gonna have to take a breath. I warned him about Amherst. And
So
he said
here's
that
the
after a
NSA
fucking
analyst.
Street. Okay, happening? What's happening? You're kidding, right? No. The outbreak. That mystery flu that's going around. They haven't briefed you? Why would anyone brief me? Ortiz hasn't told you anything? I don't work with them anymore. Division hasn't briefed you? I don't know what you're talking about. Viv, I'm not a fucking idiot. I've seen your watch. I know you're one of them. You were here for the simulation training. So much for super secret society of elite agents that no one knows about. Where the hell do you think your tech came from? DARPA? You're not wrong. But Viv, we're fucked. This was an attack. This was engineered. Your elite plainclothes average person turned last great hope bullshit experiment that was never supposed to be activated is about to get activated, and it's all my fault. It's not your fault. I knew we should have gone after Amherst, and we didn't. I followed orders, and I made sure my team focused on the wrong thing. We were so busy trying to save Christmas, we destroyed the world. That's a little extreme, even for you. I should have stood up to him. Who? Cal? He's too well connected. You did the right thing. He will take the hit for this. Not you. No, he won't. Guys like that are untouchable. They never pay the price for their fuck-ups. Everyone else will burn before he gets a paper cut. He'll probably find a way to get a promotion out of this. Newest Secretary of Defense. Or President. I'd rather move to Sweden. Could you imagine? President Calvin McManus. That would really be the end of the world.
All right. Now, those are the only two I'm going to play right now as I'm discussing this, because those were the only two that really stood out. And they both had to do with Vivian Conley. So Vivian Conley had a watch. The NSA analysts already knew about it. However, later on, she receives a watch from Calvin McManus and then talks about the differences between Anna and Isaac, making Calvin question her. And we already know that Calvin McManus knows about these systems prior to this communication. So it's going to be interesting to see where that falls with Vivian Conley and Calvin McManus. Now, how is this going to lead up into Warlords of New York? We're not sure, but what we also get within these comms, and I'll let you listen to it here in a second, is why they made the Descent outfits. Why they made the outfits, what's the purpose, and all of that is also explained in these comms. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to discuss this in the comments. I know this was kind of a long one, but these story videos tend to drag on because there's a lot to these stories. There's a lot of rabbit holes, a lot of twists, and cliffhangers. But I will leave you with collectibles 30 to 40, and I will also show you the gameplay that I did today to receive these collectibles. Now, if you want to get all of the collectibles that you might have missed this season, I would say go to the Nemesis right now, defeat them, and try to get all of the ones you got. I don't know if it's just like a lucky thing that I received 6 collectibles, but I implore you to try it out, defeat the Nemesis, and see how many collectibles you receive. Maybe it'll collect, you'll get all the way up to 40, and everyone gets to be on the same page. I'm not sure how this is going to go. But let's discuss that in the comments. And without further ado, I will leave you with all of the comms and the gameplay for Descent. I am Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.
I really think we should take a closer look at Amherst.
I've already given local Leos a heads up. They've investigated and cleared him.
I'm looking at his online activity.
Do you have a warrant to monitor him?
No.
How do you have access to his online activity? Are you hacking him?
No, of course not. It's the Isaac servers.
Fruit from the poison tree.
Since when do you care where the fruit comes from?
Waller's trying to crack down on privacy protections, getting ready for re-elections, and cybersecurity is a hot topic.
So we are just supposed to ignore an active threat for politics?
We're supposed to serve at the pleasure of the president. If we want to continue to serve this president, we need to follow his lead.
Understood, sir. I will try to find some non-poisonous fruit on Amherst. We only have one team operational ready in New York.
Prioritize the tree.
Sir, I really think you should reconsider. We should focus our efforts on Amherst.
He's a theoretical threat. The eco-terrorists have been clear about their target.
Local Leos can handle them. There's no reason to send our team to intercept.
This is the priority. If you can't support that, I will put in your transfer to the Roswell office myself.
Understood. I will order all units to report to the tree lighting ceremony.
Stop worrying about Amherst. He lives in a fantasy of his own making. He's not a threat.
I hope you're right, sir. I fucking told him! Told who what? Fucking Cal, that motherfucker McManus! Okay, you're gonna have to take a breath. I warned him about Amherst, and he sent us after a fucking Christmas tree! Okay, you've lost me. We could have stopped what was happening. What's happening? You're kidding, right? No. The outbreak! That mystery flu that's going around. They haven't briefed you? Why would anyone brief me? Ortiz hasn't told you anything? I don't work with them anymore. Division hasn't briefed you? I don't know what you're talking about. Viv, I'm not a fucking idiot. I've seen your watch. I know you're one of them. You were here for their simulation training. So much for super secret society of elite agents that no one knows about. Where the hell do you think your tech came from? DARPA? You're not wrong. But Viv, we're fucked. This was an attack. This was engineered. Your elite plainclothes average person turned last great hope bullshit experiment that was never supposed to be activated is about to get activated, and it's all my fault. It's not your fault. I knew we should have gone after Amherst, and we didn't. I followed orders, and I made sure my team focused on the wrong thing. We were so busy trying to save Christmas, we destroyed the world. That's a little extreme, even for you. I should have stood up to him. Who? Cal? He's too well connected. You did the right thing. He will take the hit for this, not you. No, he won't. Guys like that are untouchable. They never pay the price for their fuck-ups. Everyone else will burn before he gets a paper cut. He'll probably find a way to get a promotion out of this. Newest Secretary of Defense. Or President. I'd rather move to Sweden. Could you imagine? President Calvin McManus. That would really be the end of the world. It's a pass. You haven't even seen what she can do yet. Is it more fire? Yes. We aren't interested. Why not? The increased temperature overloads the cooling system and fries the motherboard. So yeah, no fire. We can insulate the unit. We tried that with your last experiment. It never went into proof of concept. You never went into proof of concept. I tested your designs myself. The theory doesn't hold up in practical applications. Then you didn't follow my design. Or maybe your design is flawed. How can I help you, sir?
How difficult would it be to retrofit the facility to a testing facility for the new Ortiz robotics tech?
It would heavily depend on the kind of test you were looking to perform.
Field test new defensive equipment in a simulated battlefield, urban, or CQB environment.
Live rounds and munitions?
Not necessarily, depending on how realistic the simulation is.
Do you need us to run field tests or a simulation?
Both.
We have several open-air facilities that could support the kind of tests you're talking about.
We need to be underground. We can't run this like SEALs training. This team is beyond classified.
Okay, well, if you're looking for discretion, the facility should be able to handle the request. They may need time to retrofit some of the ballistic shielding and build some training facilities.
How much time?
Depends on how realistic you want your simulation to be, and how much needs to be practical or virtual effects. They can't kill Anna. They won't. You put Isaac together in a week. There is no way he's as sophisticated as her. What the fuck are they thinking? That you just changed the voice and everything else is the same. But that's not what you did. That's not how the systems are built. I know that. You know that. No one else seems to give a shit about what is reality. As long as Isaac hits the mark and says his line, everything will be fine. This is like that time they released an AI on social media, and it went from a manic pixie dream girl into a flat earth climate change Holocaust-denying Nazi in 24 hours. It's not that bad. Isaac will not challenge people, but he also won't prioritize the intel the same way as Anna. They aren't the same. Isaac will serve his purpose, but it's not the same. You can't let them kill her. She's still there, lurking beneath the code. Dormant and saved on the mobile shade server.
Cal, what do you want, Alex?
We love the new toys you've asked us to test with Isaac.
But? Oh, I can sense a butt is coming.
We need to do some field tests.
And your offices at DARPA are ill-equipped to handle such a task?
That's correct.
What do you need from me?
We need a private facility with limited access and no external eyes that may question the functionality of the drones and turrets we are testing.
So you need a secure ballistics testing site, is that it?
I'd prefer an underground football field, but Beggars can't be choosers.
I hope you like the modifications I made to the water cannon.
Impressive.
These can, of course, be series together with motion sensors to create an automated defense system.
Too bad they aren't flamethrowers.
That's actually a very simple modification. We just add an accelerant and ignition source, a little insulation on the feed tube, and we're good to go.
I like the way you think.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you like the watch.
Thank you, sir.
What do you think of them?
There is always room for improvement, and frankly, I prefer the Anna system to Isaac.
What system?
Nothing. It's not important. Mobile fire starter. But why? If you need to do a controlled burn for forest fires or to create a perimeter.
You want to make a terrestrial drone with a flamethrower?
Yes.
No.
What if it could jump?
Still? No.
Aerial drone with a flamethrower?
Cal didn't like warhounds that walk. He will flip out if you propose aerial fire. Come back when you have something less... war crimey.
How much is this going to cost me?
Not much. It will barely make a blip on your defense budget.
Uh-huh. And how much of this is on Nat's budget?
The majority.
That's my girl.
We're ready for the prototype. Since we can't do real-world field tests, we just need access to the facility to build the test site.
So this suit of yours is predominantly for data capture.
It could have a variety of functions, but I believe the best use case will be assessing your operators and testing their physical and mental limits.
And how did you get Nat on board with this?
I told her we were using the suits to test the effectiveness of her warhounds.
Genius.
Thank you, sir.
Cal, please. Oh, and Claire, let me know what you need for the test. I'll make sure everything is ready.
Thank you, Cal. Cal, I hear you've been taking Isaac out for a test drive.
Who told you that?
Isaac.
You've been monitoring our database?
Of course.
I thought the network was supposed to be secure.
It is. And I'm the one who makes sure it stays secure. At this rate, we're going to need to build another backup server or move your data to the cloud.
Running out of memory.
Whatever test you're running, it's filling the servers 5 times faster than we had originally scoped.
Are you asking for more money?
Of course not. I'm asking for solutions. Do you want me to build you another server, which you will inevitably outgrow? Or migrate your database to the cloud, which is limitless?
Cloud.
It will potentially make your intel less secure.
If anyone can find useful information in that sea of nonsense, good on them.
You'd be surprised what people can find when they start digging.
Most of it is just phone calls between friends and family. The occasional sad sack calling a phone sex line. If people want to wade through all that to find a nugget of sensitive information, I'll offer them a job as an intelligence officer.
You'd be surprised how many people you need to hire or arrest.
Shade tech prohibited. Access denied. Deactivating Shade protocols. Entering combat simulation program. Entering safe area. Combat simulation activated. Entering new room. Difficulty rating easy. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostiles spawn from highlighted doors. Console active. Entering new location. Difficulty rating, easy. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Console active. Room selected. Difficulty rating, medium. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Constructing hostile combatant. Console active. Supply station available. Room selected. Difficulty rating easy. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Console available. Entering new room. Difficulty rating, high value target. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors.
Come on, Firebrand!
Entering new room. Difficulty rating, easy. Constructing hostile combatant. Hostile construction initiated. Console active. EMP attack simulation online. Room selected. Difficulty rating, easy. System curtailed. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing.
Shield!
Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. System reactivated. System functioning. System back online. Console active. Entering new location. Difficulty rating, easy. Constructing hostile combatant. Hostile construction initiated. Console available. Chemical hazard activated. Entering new location. Difficulty rating, easy. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Hostile construction initiated.
Get up! We're getting flanked.
Console active. Supply station online. Activating chemical hazard. Entering new room. Difficulty rating, high value target. Constructing hostile combatant. Hostile construction initiated. critical.
Be careful out there.
Room selected. Difficulty rating, medium. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Console available. Entering new location. Difficulty rating. High value target. Room selected. Difficulty rating. Hard.
I can do this. I got you. They're coming around.
Serious trauma detected.
Damn it.
Console online. Supply station online. Entering new location. Difficulty rating, easy. Hostile construction initiated. Constructing hostile combatant.
Got you now.
These assholes are closing in! Got 'em!
Console active. Room selected. Difficulty rating, easy. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors.
Wait for the finale!
Console online. Room selected. Difficulty rating, high value target. Electrical hazard simulation activated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Hostile initiated.
I can do this.
I gotta reload!
Back off.
Room selected. Difficulty rating easy. Hostile construction initiated. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors.
Get up! I need a fix! Good luck with us now!
Console available. Entering new location. Difficulty rating easy. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Constructing hostile combatant.
A little pick-me-up.
Console available. Room selected. Difficulty rating easy. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Constructing hostile combatant. Console online. Supply station activated. Entering new location. Difficulty rating Medium. Hostile construction initiated. Constructing hostile combatant. Console available. Entering new room. Difficulty rating. High value target. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Constructing hostile combatant. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Won't do that to me. Damn. Launching grenade.
Entering new location. Difficulty rating. Nemesis. increased. Constructing Nemesis. System disrupted. Serious trauma detected. Road Stinger Hive detected. Hostile Stinger Hive detected. System restored. Immediate medical assistance needed. Simulation terminated. Collecting data.